Striker Scorpion 82 is now sponsored by Warhammer Combat Cards, a card battle game featuring your favourite Citadel miniatures from the 40k universe. Free to download and play, link is in the video description below or on the channel homepage, and by using the unique link it helps support the channel. Thanks and enjoy the game. Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 2,000 points, Necrons versus Drukhari. Right, welcome to this 2,000 points game of Warhammer 40,000. So it's Necrons versus Drukhari. It is late, it's February here as we film this. This battle should have taken place at the end of 2021, but a number of things happening. Player availability, a load of new codexes coming out as well, has pushed the date of this back. But we are here now and looking to resolve Season 9. Season 10 battle reports already underway. Been playing a number of warm-up battles for those. That season is on the move, but here we want to reach a conclusion with our Season 9 battle report. Says this is the grand final. It is Necrons. They've made it through, and they will take on the Drukhari. So both of these armies are mine. As we've discussed what to do, Tom Kovia will take command of the Drukhari in this battle, and then really by popular demand, people have been asking if I can run the Necrons side. I'm going to run the Necrons here against the Drukhari in this fight. So we will determine one army will go through and become the channel champion, and the other will go at second place. It's interesting, the Necrons have done well. They've made it through to the grand final despite having the older codex, but it's been a solid enough list, and they have done as well against a good number of armies, and they've made it thus far. But can they be crowned champions here? We shall have to see. And then obviously Drukhari, they've done very, very well. They're very swift and deadly. They've cut down armies that have been sent against them. But the final hurdle here is to try and break the Necron cohort if possible. Before I run through the Necrons, just give a shout out to all of the Patreon supporters at gold level. So they get their names shouted out at the start of all of our battle reports, and also a Patronic dice to use at some point during the game. And this is the ultimate game for the Patreon supporters to help out in a grand final. So that's Andrew Swan, Chris Heim, Bruce Zhao, Carrie Kunkel, Thrall of the Silent King, Dave Humphreys, Dylan Moore, Evelyn Huxley, Longbow BB, Luke Schwengel, Marcus Anthony, Martin, aka Vagabond, Max Field Knuckles, Nicholas Lucas, Paul Cook, Peter Almo, Ray Cross, Samuel Pananeri, Scott Costello, the artist formerly known as Veej, Tom Weeks, Tyler Schwab, Tyler Summers, and Frank Shepard. So big thanks to them for their support at gold level. At the end of the battle, we'll also call out the names supporting at silver level, and you can check out the end credits. It gives the names of all the supporters on the Patreon page, including those supporting at bronze. And all the proceeds are split 50-50. Half goes to the camera and gear fund to upgrade the equipment on the channel, and the other half goes to SSWG at my local War Games club. And then we also have Phoenix Lords. There's 5 of them on the channel. That's the highest level of support on YouTube channel membership for the channel. So as well as all of the channel content and perks, they also get name shouted out at the start of all of our battle reports. We also allocate them to actual units during the game as well. And anyone that joins us at Phoenix Lord level can also join our WhatsApp group, the SS82 Inner Circle, where members have a chance to talk to myself, James, Tom, and Aaron. We're all in that group. The 9 of us at the moment, the 5 Phoenix Lords, and us 4 as well. So if you're thinking of joining the channel, or you're already a member of the channel, then consider Phoenix Lord level. It's the ultimate way to support the channel, and also unlocks those extra perks as well. The level below that is Aspect Warrior. It's the main one. Most people are an Aspect Warrior. That gets you Discord access, and then unlocks all of the video content on YouTube channel membership as well. It's a great way to support the channel, and as a reward you get access to Discord and also all of the exclusive content on channel membership. So it's easy to join. Link in the video description below, or if you go to the channel homepage, just hit the join button and then follow the instructions from there. So for the Necrons, 2,000 points. Because this is a Season 9 Grand Final, this is the older points values here, and the fixed list that I put into the knockout stage. Same for the Drukhari as well. So it is Mefrit Dynasty. The ability is called Solar Fury, so at half range it's an extra AP -1, and it's also plus 3 inches to range as well. So Gaul's Reapers, for example, instead of range 12, they're range 15 for Mefrit Dynasty. So I'm running a double patrol, so 2 CP being spent on that in total, an extra 2 relics, and also Hand of the Pharaon being used, being put on Ramses just here. So 6 command points available for this Necron force. It unlocks 4 HQ choices. So first is the Warden, just here. Relic being taken for him is Conduit of Stars, unique to Mefrit Dynasty. And then taking the Overlord on foot, who will be my Warlord here. Hand of the Pharaon being given to him. Veil of Darkness is the Relic. This is Ramses here. Tachyon Arrow and the Glaive for him. Then third HQ choice is Luminor Xeris, just here. And then the fourth HQ choice is Tamra on the Catacomb Command Barge. War Scythe and Gaul's Cannon for him. He has the Orb of Eternity, so it's the upgraded Resurrection Orb being taken for him. That's a relic. And then he also has the Warlord trait Merciless Tyrant, so +1 attack and +1 strength for him. Then on to troops choices, 2 units of 20 Necron Warriors. So split 50-50, half with Gaul's Reapers and then the other 10 with Gaul's Flayers. Then third troops choice is a unit of 10 Necron Immortals, equipped with Gaul's Blasters. Then on to elites, it's 6 Scorpec Destroyers. I've taken a Plasma Sight upgrade for them. I've then taken a Hexmark Destroyer, just here. Then for fast attack, 6 Tomb Blades. It's the 5+ invulnerable save being taken for them. I think it's called Shadow Loom. And then Shield Veins, the 3+ armor save being taken for those as well. Particle Beamers is their shooting weapon. And then finally for heavy support, it's 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers, those big tall gangly things there at the back as heavy supports here for the Necrons. So it's all about trying to crack open the Necrons here and causing enough damage to wipe out units. Drukhari certainly have the firepower to do it, but Necrons have proved tough enough so far. They're not unbeatable, but it takes a fair bit of effort to crack them open. If the Necrons can endure to the end, then they will be champions. The Drukhari, we'll see if they can break them in this fight. We'll take a look now and see what the Drukhari have in their list. Alright, so 2,000 points to Drukhari. Tom KOYO will take command. This is a powerful force. Drukhari have slaughtered a number of armies that they've faced already, and they've done well enough in the league to make it through to the grand final. Perhaps this is the favourite army here, but Necrons should not be underestimated for sure. So Drukhari, it's going to run a raiding force here, so 2 patrols. If you do that, it costs 0 CP. Extra Warlord traits and relics being taken, so 9 command points available for this Drukhari force. The first patrol is a Cabal. That is the larger section of this army, and then I'm then taking a smaller patrol, which will be a Witch Cult patrol for them. So the Cabal is Cabal of the Poisoned Tongue. So amongst other abilities, the main one is 3+ for the poisoned weapons. Lots of poisoned weaponry here in this Drukhari force. So poison weapons wounding on 3+. HQ choice is the Archon just across here. He will actually be the Warlord as well. Blast Pistol being taken for him is a Master Archon, so there's the Fight Twice ability for him, and then the Husk Blade relic being taken for him as well. Or it's a Husk Blade which is then turned into the relic, the Jin Blade, and the Warlord trait is Ancient Evil, so you can shut down a unit and make it fight last. Very, very useful tactical option with him. Then taking Drazar, Master of Blades. I'm taking the extra Warlord trait that's been given to him, so Hatred Eternal, rerolls all hits and wounds. Then for troops, a unit of Trueborn across here, giving them the 2+ ballistic skill. So 2 blasters and a Dark Lance being taken for those. Then taking dedicated transports. I'll call these out now. They're all going inside the Carbon of the Poison Tongue here, just to benefit from the 3+ for poison weaponry. But it's 2 raiders with disintegrator cannons for them. Then taking 3 venoms with the double splinter cannons for those. Then that's 1 troops, and the other troops here, 2 units of 5 Carbolite Warriors, blaster in each of those squads, and each squad's going inside one of the venoms. Then 5 Incubi being taken just there at the back for fast attack, the Scourges across here. It's taking 4 Shredders in that squad, so lots of firepower available from those, especially against hordes. Then taking a Ravager with 3 Dark Lances, that one just there, and then Flyers as well being taken in that detachment, so 2 Void Raven Bombers, just bare bones, no further weapons or missiles being taken for those, but there's those 2 just there with their Void Lances and the Void Raven bomb. So then on to the Witch Cult. It's Cult of the Red Grief, so +2 to advance rolls, and reroll charges available for them as well. HQ choice is a Succubus. So Blast Pistol being taken for her. Relic, it's the Blood Glaive, and then the Warlord trait is Precision Blows. So 6+ is the mortal wounds equivalent of the damage of the weapon, so her glaive is damage 3. So only 6s rolled to hit. Is 3 mortal wounds coming through, so real sting in the tower available with her. Then the Witch is being taken, 2 squads of 5, both equipped the same. It's just really giving upgrades to the Hecatrix, Blast Pistol and Agonizer being taken for each of the squad leaders. And then finally it's Reavers, unit of 9 of those, 3 of them taking blasters. So I'll call out combat drugs. So you can randomize 2 or choose 1. So I've chosen 1 here. So +1 attack for the Succubus, +1 attack on the Witches, and then +1 ballistic skill here on the Bikers, just to help them out with their blasts, just to make those nice and reliable. That's the list here. Tom Covey will take command of the Drukhari in this fight. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next for this grand final battle. Yeah, just before we go on to scenario here, just call out the Phoenix Lords. We've allocated them to units here. So Longbow BB, you're going to put him on Drazar, Master of Blades here for this battle. And then Michael Fryer will be placed on the Succubus, so that Phoenix Lord in charge of her. And then here for the Necrons, Devin is on, we've put Devin on Taman Ra here, so big responsibility there. Then Martin Vagabond, we've put him in charge of the Tomb Blades here in this game. And then the fastest guns in the galaxy, it's Chris Comiskey. He will once again take command of the Hexmark Destroyer here. That model just there. That's Phoenix Lords. We'll take a look at scenario and deployment next. Alright, so we have a scenario here for the final. It's conversion here, randomly determined from Warzone Nakmund, Grand Tournament Strike Force size games. So deployment zone looking something like this. Necrons deploying here, marked by the orange dice, and then marked by the yellow dice across the other side is the deployment zone for the Drukhari. So leading from the front in this mission, a player only receives the CP bonus in the command phase if their warlord is on the battlefield or if they're inside a transport vehicle that is on the battlefield. For primary objectives, there are 5 of them. So there's 1 dead centre, just marked there. There's 2 others in no man's land, 1 over in that corner and then 1 back over here. There's a home objective each as well, so the one for the Necrons just there. Then across the other side, next to that building over there, is the objective for the Drukhari. So for this one, the control of one or more objective marker at the start of the command phase is worth 4 points, and then 2 or more is worth another 4 points, and if you control more than the opponent, it's worth another 4 points on top of that. Obviously, in this game, there is an incentive to control the home objective, but also those vital no man's land objectives spread across the deployment zones. So for Warzone Necmon, there's also a progressive objective here for primaries. It's corrupted ground. At the end of each player's turn, the player whose turn it is scores 4 victory points if they control the objective marker in their opponent's deployment zones. If the Necrons get all the way over there and control that one, they'll get 4 points at the end of their turn. Same for the Drukhari going after this one here. Each of the no man's land objectives is worth 2 victory points. No, it's 1 or more. So if you control any of those 3, it's worth 2 points, and you lose a victory point if you're not in control of your own home objective. So there is an incentive to keep some force.
5 point swing there?
Yeah, 4 to the opponent, and then you lose 1. Yeah, so there is that incentive to defend the home objective to some degree. So that's primaries. Each of us will now need to choose 3 secondary objectives each. Okay, so secondaries have been chosen. Tom's gone for Assassinate here. There's 4 Necron. No, there's 5 Necron characters to get points against, so that's worth going for that one. Herd the Prey, which is like similar to the Necrons, Purge the Vermin. It's clearance of table quarters. And then RND, Retrieve Nakmund data. So in each of the table quarters, performing an action. With an infantry unit, isn't it? Infantry, yeah, but troops get a bonus. Tom has a number of smaller and manoeuvrable units that can perform that quite efficiently around the board. Necrons have gone for Purge the Vermin, that's the clearance of table quarters, to the last, so keeping 3 units alive to the end of the game, which will be the Necron Warriors, each squad of those, and Tamam Ra himself. If either of those survive, they're worth 5 points. And then Bring It Down, it's being played here to pick off vehicles and flyers. There's about 11 points available for pickup with that secondary. That secondary is chosen for terrain, as we're going to play this piece in the middle. Infantry units can clamber through it and so on, but we are going to play it as line of sight blocking terrain, obscuring terrain. And then there's some AdMech terrain across here, so firing through is -1 and so on. And then also the containers around here are going to play as Munitorum armoured containers. Same rules for those buildings across there, and this larger structure will play that as Munitorum armoured container. So for example, infantry can shelter behind from the right angle and get cover, but it's exposed position on top, no cover available. That's terrain. There's a few obstacles and tank traps scattered across the board as well. We'll start alternating placing units on the board next. Right, just to mention the battle mat and terrain that we're using in this game. So the battle mat is from gamemat.eu, 6x4 in size for this one. So we just marked the boundary here with these pipes and barricades, but you can get them at the official newer size here for Strike Force size games. You can get mats that are double-sided. All different shapes and sizes available from gamemat.eu. Roll out nice and flat, just on a flat surface, roll them out. The terrain sits on at the top, and then we put stones and scatter to blend it all in. Nice and quiet for dice rolling, and figure friendly as well. If any models fall over, not going to chip and so on the softer surface. Also using terrain here from gamemat.eu as well. It's those large containers, those buildings out at the back, this one in the middle, that one on the left, all from gamemat.eu as well. So you can check them out for battle mats and also pre-painted terrain sets. A wide variety of those available from them as well. The link's in the video description below. Alright, so deployment's done for both sides. Necrons are doing their usual deployment here, so that the W shape with the Necron Warriors. So one squad here.
W for winners.
W for winners,
We'll
yes. Yeah, we'll see. The other one's going across there. In the middle is the Necron Immortals. Cluster of characters, so the Warden here, Tamam Ra, Ramses, and then Luminor Xerus. The 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers here, at either side of the objective. Tomb Blazers parked up just behind, and then Plasma Sight and Destroyers to the right of deployment here for the Necrons. Now, we've spotted a problem early on, a big potential problem here for the Necrons, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And then Chris Comiskey, the gunslinging cowboy in reserve, getting ready to turn up at turn 2 onwards. We'll go around the other side of the board and show you the Drukhari deployment. So, Venom on this side of unit of warriors, Carbonite warriors, and they're making use of the terrain across here as much as possible. Is the Reavers on the left-hand side, 2 Venoms out the front, unit on the right-hand side with Witches. Inside there is the Succubus, yeah, she's joined them. And then up to the left is another unit of Witches, unit of 5. Yeah, so Witches to the left. To the right is a unit of warriors inside that Venom. Then we have the Ravager just parked up behind. Then behind that, it's the Raider. Yeah, we're just marking these up here. So inside this one is the Incubi unit of Witches. They've also been joined by Drazar, Master of Blades, and then also the Archon as well, and then the Carbonite Trueborn are inside this one here at the back. So there's a big cluster of stuff. Both sides are clustering together, but Necrons, it puts them in a dangerous position because of these, the 2 Void Raven bombers. If Tom goes first, he'll launch a bombing run on the heart of Necron deployment and dish out a ton of mortal wounds. Now what we're talking about here is the mortal wounds dealt out. Correct us if we're wrong, but pretty sure we're right on this one. They'll come through in the movement phase. It won't be a shooting attack or a melee attack, and therefore those mortal wounds I'll not be able to reanimate from. That could cause a lot of trouble if those bombs drop at the right point and Tom rolls well. We could see a big void. Yeah, well, we'll see what Tom rolls here. Tom's reserves, you can see them across here. Most these are all loaded up inside transports, but the Scourges here, they've gone into reserves. They'll deep strike down turn 2 onwards. So limited reserves for both sides, just 1 unit each. We are now ready to go. Turn 1 is big here. If the Drukhari go first, that could cause trouble for this Necron formation. So we've talked about it already. Necrons, not the favourites to win here. It's the older codex, but many armies have attempted to break them and have failed. Drukhari, plenty of victories under their belt and some great shocking wins against different armies here. So good clash for the grand final.
It's very cruel. Are you making me play the army that I dislike the most?
Well, don't you like that? Oh, a twist. What a twist, Tom. It's very difficult to choose.
By the end of it.
A lot of... Yeah, it was a tough one to... My heart was with the Necrons. Not that they have a heart, but my heart was with them wanting to run the Necrons. But it's a difficult one to...
And viewers were saying to put the least experienced person in charge of the Drukhari because they're, in theory, a better army.
Try and take the edge off.
So might take the edge off a bit.
Okay, fair enough. We're both
Xenos.
Both Xenos scum. 5.
4.
Oh, we're going first. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Good start for the Crons. But do we have the firepower to bring the 2 flyers down is the next question. I don't think we do, but you never know. I'll use my trusty Xenos dice. We're going to the first turn of the game of the grand final to establish channel champion. It's a bit late. We do have an opportunity now to discover who will be the channel champion for Season 9 Battle Reports 2021. We'll go on to turn 1. It will be the Necrons that go first. Alright, moving for the Necrons. With the Drukhari, you've got to go after them if possible. We've done that to a degree here with the Necrons. So we've used Veil of Darkness. So Ramses has removed one of the Necron Warrior units. The command phase, I blessed both units of Necron Warriors, and then the Necron Immortals as well. So units landed here, you have to keep them all within range of Ramses. He's just there, and the squad's stretched back in that direction, and then the majority of it here is formed a blob here on the end. The intention is to go after the bikers, try and deliver an early blow against them. Necron Warriors here, I rolled a 3 and advanced them, pushed them forwards in order to get some models onto that central objective. Scorpec Destroyers have advanced, and I rolled a 1 for them, so they've pushed through here. A regular move as with the Warden. Then, as Tamar's moved up, Illuminor Xeris has moved up, just rounding the corner from this line of sight blocking terrain. Really trying to get line of sight here against the Flyer, one at the front, the Void Raven. Tucking in here with these are quite a precious unit, so just tucking in behind the cover there with those. Necron Immortals have made a regular move. Some shots will be in range to go after the Flyer, and then keeping both of the Canoptic Doomstalkers stationary here. Both have targets to fire at this turn. That's movement done for the Necrons. I'm going to try and go on the aggressive to a degree here. So we're not going to try and aim for close combat, but to deliver as a early volley here on turn 1. That's movement done. No cycles on either side, so we'll go on to shooting phase next for the Necrons on their first turn. Okay, so we'll do this initial volley. Lightning fast reactions immediately coming in here on the Reavers. So 6 Flayers, 10 Reapers firing. That's that lot. And then 4 shots here, non-rapid, into the Flyer. So we'll do... Well, no, we'll do these first, just because we're playing Talent for Annihilation for a CP. So we'll start with the Reapers, going against the Reavers here. So we're looking for 3s.
Does it save me 4?
Yeah, it's blocked 4 from coming through. And then we're going to look for 3s to wound, strength 5, toughness 4. There's the triple mortal wound.
2 wounds each, these ones?
Yeah. There's a lot of wounds to come through here. So these are coming through at AP minus 2. So 6 up save, 6 up invulnerable save, either way. 12. This is in addition to the mortal wounds. So 3 mortal wounds taken so far. And then...
so 6 is it?
Yeah.
That would be 1.
Okay, we'll let Tom see if that's a...
Yeah, so that's...
So 1 will kill that one. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5 and a bit. Ouch. Yeah, that's painful. This is the early strike here from the Necrons. And then we'll go Flayers. This is the Flayers. The strategy was knocked a little bit off. The hits coming through. Forced to wind on these ones. It's good. Okay, 5 more saves. Minus 2 on these because we're in rapid from Efrit Dynasty.
You would.
Got them. Okay, it was close enough. Perhaps the Talent for Annihilation was required just to trickle over enough wounds to get the wipe out on those. But Reavers are gone. It's an early blow here. Just cutting down the manoeuvrability and some of the firepower. There's 3 tasty blasters inside that squad. But Necron Warriors have gunned them down. Right, here we go against the Flyer. So looking for 3s because we were blessed. And they're looking for 5s. Drop dice. 1 comes through. Minus 1 on this one. So 5 plus. No, a wound taken. Okay, we'll go for the Warden next, just because the only target he's got is you can see through here against the front Flyer, so we'll do his shots. So 3 shots coming through needing 4s. It's minus 1 for the train, minus 1 for aircraft, so it's 4s. So 1 hit comes through, and then that will be, do you know what, it could be a 4. I'll roll up and see what we get, because it could be strength 6, toughness 6. Well, that's going to wound on a 6. And a 5 plus invulnerable save here, which has been passed. Tamra, same target, we'll go after the Flyer. So it's 3 shots needing 3s for the minus 1. Just the 1 comes through. 4s for a wound. No. Okay, so nothing from him. Right, then we'll go for Illuminor Xeris. His target, again, the Flyer. Minus 1 to the hit rolls. We'll go Andrew Swan to give us D3 shots. 5 or 6 would be very useful. No, just the 1. Okay.
He's busy swanning around.
Yes. Good one, Tom. Didn't see that one coming. We'll try and hit her on a 4. Yes. We'll try and wound on a 3. We don't. I think we're in a situation we might need to do a command reroll, so we'll call upon a patronic help in the form of the Tau. Bruce Zhao, aka Chassot, marks your chance to help out the Necrons in the final. You're on a 6. That goes through. And now you can roll regular dice or go patronic on this one. It's not too scary. It's D6 damage, so regular dice.
No, good thing.
Okay, do you want to let it go through?
D6, is it?
D6.
I need to try and keep it alive. I know I've got more D6 coming at me later on. But... yeah, it's blocked.
Blocked on a 5. Good rolling. Okay, well done. Blocked. What damage would that... Let's see what Bruce... What kind of damage would have come through with that one? Oh, it would have been a 1. Okay. Okay, so Doomstalker, it can see the flyer. This is a fair bit resting on him now because a lot of the other supporting firepower's been and gone. So we'll turn to a Necron helper in the form of Carrie Kunkel, Thrall of the Silent King, for the number of shots. 5. Okay, that's not bad at all. We'll now try and go on to hit the target. We need 5, so this is a problem. Yeah, it is a problem. Would have been 3 hits otherwise, 3 4s and 2 1s. We've missed entirely, and there's not much else that can fire at that flyer. Thankfully, though, we've spread our units out, so you you can't drop bombs on us, Tom. No, not really.
This is not
No, it's not right. Oh dear, Necrons, they'll never learn, will they? We'll move on to a small bit of firepower from here, and that's pretty much it against that Void Raven. So I think it's going to survive. We'll see if we can chip off a couple of more wounds. So just the top 4 can see. So we'll try and hit on, they were blessed, so hitting on 3s. And then we'll try and wound on 5s. 1 goes through, -2. So 5 plus in 1. Tom will take the wound, dropping down to 10 on the Void Raven. It survives, just a couple of wounds removed. So this one, it can see, but not the flyer. It has, because of the line of sight blocking terrain, it's going to go into the Venom just over there. So we're going to pick on him. So we'll go Marcus Anthony on this one. D6 number of shots. 4, not bad at all. Okay, so happy enough. It's 5s to hit this one as well because of the Night Shields, I think it's called. A hit comes through. 3s to wound. No. And we have to leave it at that. I think Necron firepower is complete. So you've seen these 2 units here. They look quite impressive on the board, but they're sort of working their way out of the list, gradually being replaced by these. But we're sticking with the list that was previously submitted for the knockout stage, so it is featuring these 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers that have missed their targets here. Necrons look over their shoulders with doubt here as the firepower from these has been ineffective. No charges to take place. Bikers are gone though. Deleted 1 unit, but is that enough? We'll have to see. We have hit the Hornet's Nest here with a chrome stick. We'll see how the Hornets respond. Drukhari will respond on their next turn. We'll finish the turn here. We'll see if any points have been picked up by the Necrons at this stage. Yes, you reckon 2 points picked up. It's at the end of the player turn, and we control one of the objectives in No Man's Land, so 2 points available and have been picked up here by the Necron. So we've made a mark here. We've removed the Reavers. So we'll hand over to Drukhari. We'll wait to see what Tom's firepower can do, and also a bombing run, I think, is about to commence against the Necrons. Turn 1 for the Drukhari next. Okay, so movement's complete for the Drukhari. We'll show you the movement, and then we've got these 2 bombs to resolve here. We'll capture those on camera. So
I should just do that slightly, just to make you have to move a bit more with your other one.
Yes, no. So slight adjustment. This was the last unit Tom was thinking about moving. So Carbolight Trueborn inside this Raider, anchoring onto the home objective. If we destroy the transport, the infantry can get out and hold it, so it's quite secure. Cross here, dropping off the Warrior Squad, and then retrieve Nakman data across here, and then the fly's moved across and has captured this objective on this flank. And then taking the rest of the ground force and swinging them across in this direction. So going after the Necron warriors with firepower, that's both from the actual transports themselves and then also from the units that are inside. So there's a fair bit of firepower, a lot of firepower that can be directed against these, but after each round of firepower has come from a unit, the Necrons can try and reanimate. So it'll take a fair bit of effort to entirely wipe out that unit of Necron warriors. The two flyers have moved across, brilliant range on those. They've flown across the board, and Tom's put 2 markers where he wants the 2 bombs to land. One on Tamra's head, and then one just next to him. Just there as well, so in range of lots of units and characters, a chance to cause trouble. Each hit that comes through is D6 mortal wounds, and the Necrons can't reanimate from this. If Tom gets a string of 5s or 6s, Necron characters could be picked off here. You got Assassinate as well. Mm-hmm. What a way to pick off characters. They're all clustering together in one place.
We all know.
And then
we all know I won't do it.
So what you're about to see next all hangs on Tom's dice rolling. So we'll roll up and see what happens. So as Tom's going to shift part of the blame onto Patreons here. So the first bomb, the one on Tamra's head, that is longbow BB here. So all the bomb rolls to hit can be him.
So shall I point out who we go for then?
Do you know what I think? I'm just going to check the rules. I think you could even pick on that plasma sight.
Separate.
Yeah, separate unit.
Well, we'll go on the Doomstalker.
Oh, right, yes, of course, yeah, in range.
No.
Escaped.
Good start. We'll go on the plasma sight.
Yeah, I'll check the rules later to see if that would be a hit, yeah.
It's not a character, is it?
No. So I'll check on him in a moment, that's fine.
The Destroyers?
It's Destroyers, yeah, this is one of the... Okay, yes. They've been hit. D6 mortal wounds.
1.
1. Okay, that is an escape.
Doing well so far. I've killed
a
bug.
A bug. A chrome bug.
Then we'll go on to your...
Warden. Oh no.
5s.
5s.
No.
He's escaped. Illuminor Xerus.
5s. Yes.
Hit him. D6 mortal wounds.
4 mortal
Yikes. Okay, 4 wounds taken.
The warrior unit at the front.
Yep.
No.
Missed. Immortals.
Immortals. Missed.
Tamon Ra himself.
No. And
Bikers.
I was saying.
Hit them. D6 mortal wounds.
Oh,
just the one. Oh boy.
Terrible.
Yes. Okay. Tom's angry enough, so he's chosen another Patreon here. It's the Ray Cross dice, who is actually a Drukhari player. Ray has his own Drukhari army.
Okay.
So
same again then. Doomstalker.
So it's just rinse and repeat.
Yep.
Doomstalker's been hit this time. D6 mortal wounds.
Oh,
just the one's been taken.
I wonder whether the more anger I get,
yes,
the better Ray Cross's dice performs.
That's how it works, yeah.
Okay, right. So we'll go on to the Destroyers. Okay.
Escaped. Right, the Warden. He's escaped.
Warriors.
Warriors, okay. They've been hit. That's okay. Just one. I don't know. I don't know, Tom.
4 in a row, once.
Yeah, full permission to be as salty as you want now, because that is... I don't know, I'm giving one of the Warriors a win. 1 warrior removed from play, no chance of resurrecting. Illuminor Xerus.
Yes.
You got him. Please don't.
I'm going to roll a 1. A 3.
3. Yeah, I think he's got 7.
Ooh.
If I'd given him... Oh, no. Yeah, I'll check. Oh, boy. Yeah, he's dead. He's been taken out. You cannot complain about that. It's a 160-point unit blown to pieces. So, I guess you could have done 500 points damage. Tamra? Or Immortals?
Immortals.
Immortals.
Bikes. Yes.
Hit them.
And on a 6 again.
You could hurt them if you roll... What is? Whoopee.
3 dead.
3 dead. So take the wounded one.
Wound on 1.
And then we'll go those 2 on the edge. Oh, you've half them in size. That's a deadly blow.
The mighty Tamon Ra himself.
Yeah, Tamra, last chance. This is it. 5 or 6 will do.
5.
Gets it. D6 mortal wounds. 4 mortal wounds against him. Okay. That's not too bad at all. Yeah.
Thank you, Ray.
So, that's a fair bit of damage, but the potential could have been... God, the damage that could have gone through against that. It could have been a lot scarier, but... yeah.
Yeah.
And a load of misses come through as well, like the Warden not touched. Scorpec Destroyers got off lightly. I'll check the rules of the plasma site, see if he's affected. It says he can't be targeted, so we'll have to check the wording of that. Yeah, I think the plasma sight's gone. The wording says that it can't be targeted by a ranged weapon. There is no ranged weapon with the bomb. And it's just so we're going to say the plasma sight dies. A bit of 40k trivia, if you know any different. Bit of a strange circumstance. I haven't really had that come up before. But if you know the actual interpretation of that one, then do let us know in the comment section below. But we're going to take it the plasma sight is destroyed by the void mine. So movement done. Explosions taking place in the heart of the Necron formation here, and Luminor Xeris has been slain, destroyed, blown apart by 2 hits from void mines. We'll go on to regular firepower here, see if Tom can continue the damage coming through. Yeah, it's 1 CP. Okay, so Luminor Xeris may not be dead, depends on a 4+ being rolled here. So just to get a 4+, he just gets back up.
Yeah. Cool.
So we'll just, I've left the model capsized over.
It's the end of that phase, it's a movement phase done.
Oh,
That's
so
movement, yeah, so you need to roll now.
Yeah, we do need to roll now. Okay, then we'll play it for a CP. May as well give it a go. And we'll roll, aha! There is a Necron player called Tyler Schwab, who, so he says, has a habit of getting 4+ with his own personal Necron army. So Tyler Schwab, if ever your reputation is required, it's now. He's back. So I shall put Luminor Xeris back on the board. And he has 1 wound left, but there's a bit of handshaking going on with his forearms there with the Necron warriors. Good to see you back, Illuminor. But that's what the Necrons can do. They're able to resurrect here, even despite being blown apart by bombs. They're able to get back up again. That is the Necron way. Okay, so we're going to start with the witches inside this transport here. So Tom can throw a plasma grenade, and he's also got...
Yeah, so go with the plasma grenade auto 6 because of the amount in your unit.
Yeah. 3s. 4s.
Well, that, I mean...
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Moving on.
Right. 3 blasters.
Oh, no, this is...
3 pistols.
Yeah. All hit. 2 wounds. It's 2 saves, no minus on these, so 4 ups will do. We pass 1. So we'll slay a model, like so.
And then just 1 blaster.
Yeah.
Hits.
2's for a kill.
Kills.
Yeah, nothing I can do about that, so we'll lose another one.
That's the end of... Oh, yeah, do they count as a separate unit, I take
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Cool.
So we'll try and resurrect. Double 4 will not do it, so we're going to lose those 2 models. They've been slain. It's down to 18 from that squad. The ideal situation for Tom is to remove that Necron Warrior squad entirely, so the early strike against those bikers will cost the Warriors dearly if Tom gets the wipeout. So now we're going to go for the Venom. 6 shots hit. All those have hit, yep. 3s to wound for Poison Tongue.
All of them?
All of them. I think they're AP -2. I'll roll to see what I get here. 6s would be good. Okay, we'll check. I think it's AP -2. I know the 2 damage coming through.
Venom. AP -1.
AP -1. Okay, so we've saved 2. And then we've failed 3. That unit's finished, so we'll try and reanimate here. We'll drop 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll go for reanimations. We passed 1. Rerolling 1s for Necron Warriors. Okay, so 1 gets back up, 2 are slain. So the resurrection protocol's at a low rate at the moment here. We'll go there with that one. So the next Venom is Warriors here. So they will have rapid fire rifles and a blaster. So it'll be 8 shots with the rifles. And these will be Poison Tongues, so we'll be winding on 3s.
4.
Okay, 4. 4's to save. We passed the ball. Okay, so it blocks those coming through, and then 1 blaster shot as well.
Missed.
Okay. Yeah, blasters having to go into the Necrons. There's no real targets within range 18, so...
Splendor Cannon again?
Yep. Needing 3s. 3s to wound for Poison Tongue. No, not coming through. Okay, next.
Yeah, I know, I mean, yes, good, very good. I'm happy. Come on, Necrons. So, next we'll go with the Radar.
Yes.
Not the one with much shooty in it, so that's just got 1 squad of witches.
Yeah.
So we'll do a grenade again.
So, Raider first or the contents? No, you want to do the witches first, because to catch that range for the grenade.
Yes, yeah.
So 6 shots with the grenade first of all. Just about in range here. Looking for 3s. 4s. 2. -1. 5s. No. So 2 slain. So we'll go 1 and 2. And then 3 pistols. And 4s to wound, okay.
And then the blaster.
Missed, okay. There's a disintegrator cannon on the raider itself. That'd be 3 shots. So we've cut down Necron warriors efficiently enough. I'm going to roll reanimation for these 2 now that unit's finished. We get both of them back up.
Yeah, this is not working as I wanted.
This is the idea with Necron warriors. They absorb the damage and then they start to repair themselves. And it's especially irritating when it's multiple small units firing at them, because it gives me that window of opportunity for resurrection protocols. The best way to deal with those is like one big unit with a ton of shots and then just deletes them in one go. But it's a slow process, but Necron's recovering models here and keeping the unit in healthy enough condition.
Still got 16 left.
Okay, it's disintegrator cannon, 3 shots.
I just can't hit anything.
3s to wound. No, it's not gone through. Okay, Tom's going to turn to the true ball. They park themselves up there. They are in range, so 7 rifle shots needing 2s. They've all hit. These are the marksmen here. 3s to wound for poison tongue. They've done well. 6 wounds. Let's need 4s. Okay, 3 have been slain. So we'll remove from here. And then we will wait for your...
Yeah, I'll do the...
blaster shots are out of range, but then there is the Dark Lance.
Into them as well.
Hits, 2s to pulverize. Yeah, another one's been slain. Like so. Okay, so 4 slain. So we'll try and reanimate these. Yeah, nothing. And reroll 1s. 1 gets back up. Okay. So there's the Ravager with its heavier firepower with the 3 Dark Lances. Necron Warriors, a bit of a waste going against those. There are targets that Tom could pick on.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the Flyers.
Yes.
And I'm going to go...
So they don't have the missiles, but the Dark Lances are available with their damage. They can certainly pick on heavier targets if Tom wishes.
Now,
there's plenty of options. You can pick on bikers to try and get the wipeout against them.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He could go for the Canoptic Doomstalkers to try and pick on those. Or there's the Scorpec Destroyers as well.
So the Scorpec Destroyers, you'll just pop the strap for -1 to wound straight away.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah. But the bikes are not a guaranteed kill because they're -1 to hit and then got an invulnerable save as well.
Mm-hmm.
Who's got your orb? Him.
He has the orb, yes.
So then you could automatically also bring back either if they don't kill them all. So 3 shots.
We'll give Tom a bit of time to think about this one, where to go. Okay, we're going to start with the Dark Lance across there. It's very limited on targets, just going to have to go into Necron Warriors. 3s and then 2s. Okay, slaying another one. Take this Reaper here from the front.
Okay, some done.
Okay, we'll try and get back up, which we do not. Okay, another one of those slain. Morale may well be an issue for these at the end of the turn. That's another phase where we can't use reanimation protocols.
Right, so then we need to decide what we're going to do here. So we will go with... What's their invuln on those? 5 up?
The bikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom weighing up the best option here. It's either to go for the wipeout on the bikers, tricky, there's 3 of them left, or with the damage that the Lances can do to pick on a heavier target, such as the Canoptic Doomstalkers or indeed the Scorpec Destroyers. Okay, this one first, one closest to you. Tom's going to go into the Scorpec Destroyers. I'll put Whirling Onslaught on them.
So it's 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
3s.
That's 2 good square hits.
So 1 dead.
Yes.
Just D3 plus 3.
Yeah.
And I might as well roll a CP here for this one.
Go ahead, yeah.
Nope.
No, it doesn't go through. Okay, 1.
Okay.
So the wounded one can die. I'm going to try and reanimate on there. I'll require a 555 plus. No. Okay, so our model slain and removed.
Next one, same thing.
Yeah.
1 hit.
1 hit comes through.
No wound.
Doesn't wound.
Then the same from the Ravager.
Right, Ravager, yeah. Triple Dark Lance. 3s. Drop dice, 1's got a hit. Okay.
This guys, if you want to know how to even out playing against Drukhari, just play against me and my dice rolls.
It's the
Yeah. I can't even...
Wound, no, doesn't.
No.
Doesn't go through because the stratagem would have been a 3, but the stratagem turned it into a 4+, and that's blocked that one from coming through. It was worth doing because those wounds were straight up kills and kills because of D3+3 damage. Yeah, okay, so just one skull pack destroyed, gone. Okay, we have Illuminor Zeros who got back up, who will then help them get back up.
Just rub it in.
Okay, firepower's done. We'll go on to assault.
I've got the.
Yes, there is a venom.
There.
Yeah, there's a venom across the other side.
Venom just into the.
Yes, because it's damaged too. So 6 shots. Needing 4s.
Yeah, showing through.
Needing 3s. 2 make it through. AP -1. So we'll take 4 up saves, which we've failed both, would you believe? I'll go for a command reroll on that one to try and keep the model alive. So we'll turn to Tyler Summers. He's a Necron player. 4+. Failed. So that's 2 damage at a time, so we'll lose 2 more bikers. There's just 1 left now for that squad, unless we can reanimate it. Which we do, we get 1 back. So 2 of them left in that squad now. Yeah, one of my favourite units here for this Necron army. Tom's picked on it here. It's 66% wiped out at this stage. Okay, so firepower is complete. We'll leave it to Tom to decide about any charges he may want to try and disrupt, perhaps. We'll see what he decides to do.
You can fall back with everything.
I can, yeah, with the Warden. Okay, Tom has sent the transports in. Roll well here. This Raider is equipped with a shock prow. Tom's going to play the stratagem. It's a chance to dish out some mortal wounds from this thing. It is a stratagem to do it. Tom declared against Ramses here, so contact made against him. I think Tom's intention is to put some mortal wounds onto that character. 2 Venoms have gone in, charging into the Necron Warriors in support as well. So Tom's going after Warriors. 4+ is here for mortal wounds. This is using the shock prow, just doing this at this point.
As I'm thinking about this, I'm changing my mind.
Because the other option is hit 2 units here. The other option is to go for a 2+, causing D3 mortal wounds against Ramses.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, okay,
So
2+.
And roll a 1. No. D3 more. Okay. I'm calling on.
Go Patronic on this one.
Some help for this. We'll go with.
There's lots of Imperial players with no home in this game. There's no one really they want. I don't know who the Imperium would choose to support in this kind of game.
Almo.
Peter Almo.
Oh.
1 mortal wound. Yeah, against Ramses. Right, so next, just 1 mortal wound coming through against Ramses. Next, we'll go for the attacks coming through from the transports as they go in. Their weapon skill is quite good in close combat. I think Tom's intent is just to shrink this Necron Warrior squad as much as possible. So Blade Veins, here we go.
In on 4s. So.
This is the one.
Okay, so
wounds.
1, and it's -1.
Okay, 1 slain. I'll try and reanimate on that one. So the unit's finished. And we get back up again. Okay.
The next one?
1 comes through. No wound. And the last one. Someone said to Tom in the comment section, stop rolling the red dice. The red dice are over there. Tom's despised using those and he's turned the Imperial Fist dice out of the frying pan into the fire, Tom. Try and wound. If you don't wound, swap dice. Swap dice. Just stop. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. This is so we're going to despise those. We're both going to use the orange dice, and therefore we will achieve equilibrium from this point onwards. Watch and see what happens with a swift change of the dice. It can make all the difference. Okay, so combat's resolved. We will strike back here. So I'll hit the raider here. This is Ramses needing 2s. So he's got his hits. 3s to wound with the glaive. Yep, goes through. I've got a feeling we cut through the armour here. Yeah, power from pain, invuln save, 6+. Blocked 1. 2d3. And 3 wounds coming through. And then we'll fight with the Necron Warriors. Yeah, we're just checking to see if the vehicle gets it. It does. So power from pain available. So the 6+ has blocked 1 of those d3s from coming through. And then Necron Warriors next. So 3 into the Venom. 5s. 1 comes through, no minus. wound taken on the Venom, and then we'll do 6 on the Raider. 5's to wound. 3. So 3 saves of 4+ on the Raider. Onto the orange dice. Fair's fair. And blocked 2, so wound taken on that. Yeah, so just off camera, we were just seeing what Tom would have rolled for the Void Mine. The orange dice. Oh, I didn't know he made that up. Okay, so combat's resolved, I think, across the board. Yes, everything done. Okay, so we'll leave it at that point. We'll see what points have been picked up either way, and then we'll prepare to go on to Necron turn 2. They have taken hit, they've taken damage, but it's been absorbed, I think is the impression we've got here. So Necron's coping with the Drukhari. They've been struck from the skies here with a bombing raid. Attacked on this flank, but have coped with it. We've kept the Necron warriors alive, and Necrons can now begin recovery mode.
Are you gonna
and to press on.
Morale?
2 CP. God, I have to think about that one. We've got 4 CP left at this point. I could blow 2 CP for morale. God, it's a tough one. Not sure what to do in this situation. We'll think about that, and we'll give you an update on points as well. All right, so...
We'll get the 2 points.
Yes, for...
Holding the one in the corner.
Yes, you do. Yeah, well done. Yeah, so Tom can pick up 2. That equals what I've scored. So 2 points each at this stage, very early stage in the game. As we elected to try and roll from morale here, 1 or 2 would have actually have passed with 8 casualties being taken at leadership 10. But we failed, rolled a 3, lost a model, then lost another one, rolling a 1 for all the models in the unit. So we're down to a unit of 10 on those Necron warriors. But we saved the CP. Tom said he would have got assassinate here, which he did, but then Luminor Zerus has got back up again, so that assassinate's been lost at this stage at least. So turn comes to an end at this point, 2 points each at this stage of the game. It is early on, but the bombing run is complete. That won't happen again. That's one use only of those void mines. Necrons now had a chance for them to strike back. It's their turn 2 coming up next. Okay, so movement here for the Necrons on their second turn. Just going to report on what's happened in the command phase. A fair bit has taken place. So the protocol that we selected is Protocol of the Undying Legions. We selected to go for the extra additional wound being regained through living metal. So, 2 wounds put back onto Luminor Zerus. He's got 3 wounds left. Tamra's 5 wounds became 7. We then removed the wound that was on Ramses, that disappeared as well, and the wound that was on here on the Canoptic Doomstalker was removed as well. So that was good news. Then we used the Relic Resurrection Orb here and resurrected 3 out of the 4 slain Tomb Blades. Then switched over to Luminor Zerus, who then resurrected another, back up to the full squad of 6. He then used his ability again. You can use Rites of Reanimation twice as long as it's on a different unit. So he then resurrected the slain Scorpec Destroyer, pushing them back up to their full strength as well. So a lot of stuff's been resurrected here for the Necrons. I would say over 100 points worth of models back on the board here with the work.
It works out at the end of from my first turn. I've caused 12 warriors to be dead. That's it.
Yeah, it is. That's the situation here. It's fluffy, Necron. So the cluster here, there is the vulnerability. We've seen it with the bombs being dropped, but when Necrons do cluster together, there's a number of buffs and bonuses going on, so it's been worth it. It's paid off for them here at this stage. Warriors have been blessed. Tamra blesses twice with Hand of the Pharaon. The only 2 units in range is the 2 Necron Warrior squads, so we've blessed both of those. And then Tamra's blessed the Scorpec Destroyers, expecting potentially to get those into close combat this turn, but it may well have to be against transport vehicles. We'll go on to movement, let the Necrons make their move here. Okay, so movement's complete for the Necrons. Scorpec Destroyers have rushed ahead across here. It's 8-inch move with those. Necron Warriors have pulled out of combat and shifted out of their way. So too has Ramses. He's pulled back out of close combat. So available to shoot at any of these transport vehicles across here. Necron Warriors, they were heading in that direction, but they've shifted across this way. Necron Immortals now camping out on that central objective. Tomb Blades is going to sit where they are. Going to lend some firepower support to try and deal with these flyers. Tamra has gone up on top of the building here. He can strike them in close combat. He's a vehicle that can fly. The 2 Canoptic Doomstalkers remain stationary just to get the best stat line for them when they shoot. And then the Comiskey Cowboy here, it's the Heckmark Destroyer. It's turned up here. I just want to get it on the board as early as possible to get it shooting away and making a difference in the game as much as possible. Luminor Zero is going on top of the container, and so too has the Warden. That's movement done. For the Necrons here, we'll go on to their shooting phase next. Okay, so we'll go to the Tomb Blades first. They've not been blessed. We're going to go after... We'll go after this fly here. It's taken damage already. I'm going to try and see if we can bring one of them down. So there's 10 wounds left. So we're hitting on 4s. We've played Disintegration Capacitors. So 6s to hit will auto wound. Just try and get a bit more damage coming through. So nothing so far. It's dreadful. And then there's all of these as well. That's better. So 6, 7... auto wounds. It's quite powerful. You've got a lot of shots against vehicles. And then we're looking for 4s. So there's a load of failed, but the stratagem has certainly helped out. I think you're toughened 6 on the flyer. Tom will double check.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's going to be 5s to wound. Okay. So it's 5+ invulnerable saves. Yeah, for these. And blocked some. So have we destroyed the target?
9 wounds through.
9 wounds through. 1 wound left. Right, next we're going to go. It's chance for these gangly things to make a difference. So it's the Canoptic Doomstalkers here. So rapid fire with the small arms firepower to try and pick off the last wound here. And then we're going to put the main gun into the Raider. Tom's immediately played the -1 to hit rolls on that one. So number of shots. We'll go Evelyn Huxley, Anti-Imperial. 6. Okay. Just need to hit though. It's 5s required. We get 3. Well, now I'll try and roll to wound. I think it's 3s, not 2s. You've all wounded, so 2 5s and a 6. Right, so 5+ invulnerable saves required here, Tom.
This is where we see the difference between my roll of 3 dice and my roll of 3 dice. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
blocked.
sorry.
So 3d6 damage hit. It's 13. Vehicle destroyed. Does it explode? No. All right, but we're all up for models. But Raider's been blown to smithereens here. When they hit, they hit. Well, once they get their hits, they're dangerous enough. It's just the random number of shots and the low ballistic skill. But then if they can get their hits, then they can cause trouble. That's what we've seen here. Raider destroyed. Tom, roll up here, trying to avoid 1s.
Don't film this. It's going to be so bad. I know it's... 1.
Just a 1. Okay, you'll sacrifice one of the witches here. Right, so Tom's placing models. I'm going to roll here to try and get our hits. So we need 5s against the flyer. Okay, and then we'll try and wound. We do not. Okay, so that's the Canoptic Doomstalker finished, but well done. Good shooting from that.
Delete everything.
Yeah, there's trouble here. Tom's saying because the transport's been cracked open at this very early stage in the shooting phase, look at all the Necron warriors. They haven't shot yet, and Tom's problem is disembarking with these units. They're going to get hosed down by Necron warrior firepower, and it's at their perfect range. It's that sort of medium Mephrit dynasty range here. So Necrons, they're working in tandem. Firepower from at the back here, cracking open transports, and aggressive firefight tactics here from the Necron warriors. Yeah, this is a serious problem. This is a key part of the battle here. So Necrons with aggressive firepower, Drukhari taking hits here, and there's more to come. So the initiative's with us at the moment. We can dish out some firepower before Tom gets a chance to deliver these units into close combat. So the transport vehicles have moved around. They've been aggressive enough. They've delivered their units, but Necrons are 1 step ahead with firepower and a chance to try and blunt the attack from coming through.
You haven't shot with anything here.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
Nothing,
Yeah, yeah. So Necron warriors poised and ready to go, and that kind of range, it's all rapid fire and loads of extra AP minus.
AP minus.
Yeah. Okay. And then
And the grand final winners are the Necrons. All right, guys. See you later.
We could, if we have a good turn. This is the main assault here, or the main threat for the Drukhari. If the Necrons hammer this, then it could...
The threat for the Drukhari is their characters. Like,
yes.
Yeah, if I lose the characters, I lose the game, basically.
Yeah, so I've got to crack through. There's more vehicles to get through. There's smaller units to get through, but the Necrons have started this process. We'll press on. More firepower to come from them. So we will press on. We're going to fire this the Canoptic Doomstalker. The small arms fire to pick off a wound from here. I'm going to fire the main gun into this one. So we'll go Protronic once more. So we'll turn to Dave Humphries, who is a Necrons player for the number of shots. Oh! Come on, reroll. It's better. Okay. Looking for 5s, because the Venoms are built in -1. And we have missed. We've missed entirely, so they are hit and miss, those things. Then we'll go for our rapid fire shots into here. 2 hits. 5s would be useful. And we don't get any. Okay, so from one extreme to the next, but that's the firepower from those complete. So next we'll turn to Chris Comiskey. It's the rootin' tootin' cowboy here, and he's going to go into the Witches. So 6 shots needing 2s. All hit. Strength 6. 2s to wound. They've all wounded. Squad's in trouble. 6 invulnerable saves. Yeah, 6 plus invuns. I think he's going to get them. 4. They're gone. Okay, he's picked them off. So Cowboy landed, saw the Witches, and has picked them off here. 4 casualties coming through. Shots to spare as well for all the slain mortars. He would have got extra shots coming through, but he's done his job. He's found a weak unit there, and he's picked all of them off. Wipeout. So we'll turn to Illuminor Xerus next. He's going to put his firepower. The Eldritch Lance is going to go into here. So D3 number of shots. 3 shots. Needing 4s because of the -1 to hit rolls. 2 hits come through. 3s to wound. 2 wounds do come through. 5 plus invulnerable saves. Blocked 1. D6 damage. We'll go for Dylan Moore here. Deathcore Krieg player. Damage of 3. 3 wounds caused against the Venom. Then we'll switch back over here. Tamara, going to try and finish off this vehicle. Needing 3s. 2 hits. 4s to wound. No wounds coming through. She's going to have to go into close combat here against those. Return to the Immortals. I'm going to try and kill one of these. So some in rapid fire, some not. Looking for... These were not blessed. Looking for 4s. Well, I have to say that's... Yep. Way above average. And then we're looking for 5s to wound. Surely we've done enough. Okay, so those saves there. Looking for 5 pluses. Okay, 1 wound comes through. CP reroll. I think you used it already. No.
I'm not going to.
Not going to?
No.
See if you blow up on a 6.
Nope.
Okay, vehicle destroyed. Finally, just about managed to bring it down. Okay, so firepower hit. The large unit Necron warriors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire against these 2 vehicles. I'm going to play Talent for Annihilation on them. It's a Mephrit unit. Then a core infantry unit, I'm going to play Relentless Onslaught. So 6s are going to pop extra hits coming through as well. I'm going to try and go after 2 vehicles if I can. So all the Gauls Flayers are going on this one. All the Gauls Reapers are going on the other. So Gauls Flayers first. That's to try and get the help here with the mortal wounds. So we're looking for 3s. They've been blessed. But then it's -1 to hit rolls, knocking us back down to 3s. So looking like that. And then I can add in...
Put all 5 of them back and 1 more extra.
Yeah.
I'll give you my 1.
Okay. And then
Guaranteed to make wound.
we're looking for 6s are good. Be 5s to win though. So there's the 3 mortals. Yes.
So he's gone.
Oh, because he's got 3 wounds left.
Blow up. Yeah.
And he does blow up. Oh, right, okay. Got a bit of an explosion. I think it's just 1 mortal wound. Yeah, okay. So that means I'll lose a Necron warrior which can't be resurrected because it's not a shooting attack that's been done against me. And then Tom can put a wound on each of his characters. And they're rolled up for the models inside. Scorpic Destroyers are going to take a wound as well. I think they're in range. I think it's range 3. I'll put it on the model at the back. Like so. Tom will check range, dish out the mortal wounds.
Yeah, because it will make a difference.
Okay.
Explode.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nervous overkill there, just the double Strasham, the tons of shots. But vehicle's gone, so it's just because there's 4 wounds left on here. This is the Reapers looking for 3s. But I guess though, when you're playing an important game, you want to sort of guarantee, want to make sure stuff goes through. Just try and tip the odds.
2 extra.
Oh, 2 extras, thank you, for 6s, yeah. It's forced to wound now, strength 5, toughness 5. Here's a dreadful roll. It is terrible. There's a chance to keep this transport alive now. So 5 rolls, need 5 pluses. Got it.
Look.
Okay.
CP.
CP reroll.
Yeah, survived.
Blocked it with a wound. It's important. Okay, well done. Right, okay. So Necron's got to think now about the next course of action. There's a small unit of Necron warriors still available. So I'm going to fire the Warden here. I'm going to try and seek the last of the wounds from this. So 6 shots for rapid fire. Needing 4s. Needing 4s because we're strength 6. This is with the relic here. 2 go through. No, we got it. Does it explode? Surely not. Oof, almost, but no. Okay, so Tom will roll up 6 models inside. There's a squad of 5 witches. 1 will be slain. So that will be the succubus that emerges and 4 witches from that squad. Okay, so transports have all been destroyed. Take 1 unit of Necron warriors, a weakened unit that is available to shoot. Bearing in mind, Scorpic destroyers in striking range as well. So we've got to pick a target carefully. But we've cracked open the transports here. So strange battle this one. It's usually an even spread of play across the board, generally speaking, for our games of 9th edition, but it's all kicking off over in this corner across here. Necron's being drawn into a firefight here with the Drukhari, who swung around on this flank. Necron's desperately trying to crack open these transports and get to the contents inside to disrupt a well-timed and coordinated Drukhari assault. When the Drukhari are able to line up a decent assault and combine that with their firepower, that's when they're at the most dangerous. Necron's trying to disrupt that as much as possible, and so far they're doing it here. But Tom's shielding characters, using the infantry squads that remain to protect those vital characters. He's done that. Necrons will not be able to get through to those with firepower. As we could try and clear this screen and charge through the Scorpic destroyers. There is the barricade in the way for -2. We've got to watch out though, because that Archon has the shutdown for close combat, which means even if my Scorpic destroyers do manage to clamber across and make it into close combat, they'll be forced to fight last. And then Drazar will go nuts and show them how to use blades. So we've got to be careful. We'll use firepower here. We've got 1 unit of Necron warriors left to shoot.
Minus high AP, don't get back up.
Yeah.
Like it's...
Yes, we're talking about...
Good counter.
Yeah, it seems to be, there's a theme running with the Necrons at the moment. They're a counter to some of these high-flying, powerful codexes at the moment. So we're thinking of armies such as Drukhari, potentially Eldar, Tau, where you got high-caliber, efficient weaponry, but it's been sort of wasted on blob squads of warriors and so on, shielding our characters and then remaining hidden with other units, and then when they do take damage, you're resurrecting the damage that's been done. So sort of absorbing the strength of what the opponent has. And then Necron's responding with a sort of grinding firepower here of the massed infantry. So it's average infantry that are kicking out this crazy amount of damage with the help of a couple of stratagems.
Not only that, your meth for it, as soon as they shrunk the table sizes, was just like happy days. Like everyone's closer to me, and so my AP's even higher. And one of the units that's not so popular amongst Necrons is the Warden. But amongst this list, we've seen it, he's done it in multiple games. He pulls units out, lets them fire at full effect. So you get even... Next time I play you, I'll be bringing 4 Vindicar Assassins, or 3 Vindicar Assassins.
Going up
they
to the
take a maximum of 3. Okay. So 3 Vindicar Assassins.
Specifically to hunt down the Warden. Oh boy, okay. So it's a lopsided game, this one. Usually there's a spread of play across the board, but this is where the main threat is. Necrons just driving units in to try and keep the Drukhari at bay and stopping them from forming up and going for an efficient charge. It's happened so far. We were saying this spare unit of Necron warriors, I think, are going to go after the Incubi across here to gun them down, a larger threat, and then just to charge the softer screen with the Scorpic destroyers and clear those out of the way and just keep cutting down the Drukhari options. And despite the hyper elite dangerous units that Tom has remaining, on their own they'll struggle against the horde of Necrons
3 guys
on this flank.
30 Necrons. We'll see if they can.
We'll see. Oh, they'll hack stuff down. They certainly will. Yeah. Okay, so this squad here, we're going to put them all into the Incubi. We're going to fire this Gauls Reaper first. This one's in half range, so this one's going to come through AP -3. So we get our 2 hits, and we get our 2 wounds. So blocked 1. Okay, so 1's slain. The other Gauls Reapers, these are at -2. Those all hit, by the way. It's -1 for the AdMech terrain, but we've got 3s or better. And then we're looking for 3 saves of 5+ for these. Yeah, I think that's then gone. Yeah, Gauls Flares here was spare. Okay, target destroyed. Just looking around to see if there's any more firepower to go. I think that's it done. So we'll go on to charges next. Scorpec Destroyers will charge in next. So 2 charges have gone ahead here. Scorpec Destroyers, they've gone in, rolled a 9. They've made it to the barricade. They can fight both units that are within an inch of the barricade, and it's a 2-inch stretch to get to those. So 1 model's made it in. They're 1 in support, but the rest are going to be out of range here. It's very tight across that front. And then across here, Tamara's made it in there against the flyer. So we'll go with the Scorpec Destroyers first, or limited here with the number of attacks. Okay, so we'll fight back, or fight here with the Scorpec Destroyer. With the big chopper here is going to go into the Warriors.
The big chopper?
Rerolling 1s. Rerolling 1s, Hardwired Hatred. 2 wounds, Strength 8. So they all go through. 6+ invulnerable save here.
Is this on a Witch or a normal?
No, normal on the Warriors.
So 3 dead?
3 of them gone. And then the one behind, he gets an extra attack for his weapons. Rerolling 1s for Hardwired Hatred. 2s to wound again. With him. Yep, 555. So dodge on these witches, 4+. And dodge 2. Okay, 1's slain. Tom can pile in and fight back. So situation here. Normal witches, 2 of them. 8 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All of them. 5s to wound. Sakatari Blades. So 3 go through. Blade Artists would have been an extra AP -1, but it's just regular saves of 3+. We block those. Then you've got the Hecatrix. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. No. So no extra attack coming through because Tom was charged. You get it if you heroically intervene or perform a charge. And then finally it's the squad leader here for the Carbolite Warriors. Hitting on 3s. And then 5s to wound. 1 comes through at -1, so 4 up, 4+, and failed, so wound taken. So next we'll do Tam and Ra's attacks across here, needing 2s. Yeah, 111. And then we'll go for 3s to wound. Just the 1 comes through, not going to command reroll. 6+ to block. No, okay, so that's the war side. 2 damage taken, dropping down to 10 wounds on the flyer. Okay, so turn 2 comes then for the Necrons here. Their damage output's been higher this turn. They've cracked open transport vehicles and they've disrupted the Drukhari. We'll calculate points. We're picking up points for vehicles being destroyed, so we've done a number of those this turn. And for, I don't think we're going to get any points for Purge the Vermin. Tom has units in all 4 table quarters at this stage. But Necrons are ahead. Damage-wise, they've caused more damage than the Drukhari, but Tom has a turn in hand. But we reckon Necrons, the game is in their favour at this stage. But characters lined up here, raring to go. We'll see what kind of damage they can do. Each of those 3 characters is dangerous, but they're up against a horde of Necrons at this stage. We'll go on to the second turn. For the Drukhari, just give you an update on points. Right, Necron's picking up points. No points to Purge the Vermin. 6 points picked up for vehicles being destroyed. That's the Flyer, the Raider, and the 2 Venoms. 12 points were picked up for primaries. This is, again, one of the strengths here is moving out into the middle ground and claiming the no man's land objectives. Necrons have done that with troops choices here and here. So 12 points picked up. 2 points as well picked up for controlling one of the no man's land objectives also at this stage of the game. And combining that with the points to bring it down, 21 points to 2 at this stage. As Necrons have surged with a good number of points this turn. We'll hand over to the Drukhari next. We'll see what they can do as we go on to their second turn next. So we're on the second turn of the game here. Again, we're noticing this with 9th edition games. Turns 2, 3, sort of getting to some kind of conclusion with a lot of the battles that we're playing. So much has taken place already. Tom's off the mark here with 8 points on this turn for the control of 2 primaries. So that's a good start. But this is the problem across here. Double Necron Warriors, Scorpec Destroyers is just a lump of stuff that needs to be dealt with. Resources remain in the form of the Carbolite Trueborn across there. These characters may be few in number, but their output for damage is high. So there's choices of what to do with those. Just Necron's banking on having caused enough damage to absorb any further attacks from the Drukhari. We'll see what happens. There's a flyer up here. Tom will try and evade with this and get it out of the way of Tamara. But let him make his moves here at this stage. Necrons, I think their plan is just to continue to hold it together and to see that the grinding process through to the next stage. So movement complete here for the Drukhari. So help has arrived in the form of the Scourges. They've turned up across there. They can let loose of a decent enough volley, especially against this large unit of Necron Warriors. 8 points picked up for Tom for primaries. So Ravager's moved across here. Raider of the Carbolite Trueborn's moved across. It can see through there's a gap between the container and the building, and it's going to use its firepower to soften up Necron Warrior units there. And the character's closing in. So it's like there's multiple layers for Tom to try and break through here. Maintaining close combat against the Scorpec Destroyers. Okay, just staying in combat against them. So Tom's saying the main threats are across here. Scorpec Destroyers are 2 blobs of Necron Warriors. If Tom can break the Necron Warriors, I'm trying to keep those alive for my secondary as well. So there's points to be removed from the Necron tally if those squads are destroyed. Movement's done. We'll go on to shooting phase next. So a little bit more to movement phase. The flyer banked and turned and has gone off the board. It'll come back next turn. And the Venom's moved back a little bit that way. And then the Carbolite Warriors have jumped back inside. Tom maintaining position on that objective. So
go with the Trueborn first.
Yeah, you can go Trueborn or you can go with your
Well, I'll go Trueborn
blast.
into the 8 first.
Yes, okay.
Yeah. And then I'll go the blast into the squad of 20.
Right, the intention is to soften up the Necron Warriors severely here. So there's 2 blaster shots. There's a Dark Lance.
So I'm just going to put everything into the 8.
Okay. So blasters needing 2s.
Sorry,
yes.
sorry about that.
2s for kills.
2 down.
Okay, that's off to a good start. 2 Necron Warriors slain. The wipeout is the ideal situation here. A Dark Lance, just to pick one off. 2s is a hit. 6 is a kill. This is good. Okay. Then it's all down to a close range volley from 7 others, but it's doubled to 14 because Tom's got within rapid fire range. They're poison tongue, so they'll wound on 3s. Here it comes. 2s. Followed by 3s. They do well in most games, the Carbolite Trueborn, and Tom's got a ton of wounds coming through here. So we'll go through to 4+ saves. 9 with 6 left. Okay, here we go. So 4 ups. They're gone.
Yeah, you could reroll.
I could command reroll a save, and I think surely hang on a second.
And you lose your interrupt.
I lose my interrupt play. So, which is big. It's huge. Oh man, this is tough. Tough choice here, what to go for.
1 unit down, yeah.
Yeah, you see, you've got the Archon that can shut a unit down anyway. So I'll go for the command reroll. Well, I might regret that, but we'll go for it. It's a 50-50. Got to turn to Patreon here. And we'll go for Tom. Tom Weeks. Here for a 4+.
This Tom's as bad as this Tom.
Rolling ones, yeah. Right, Necron Warriors slain, squad wiped out. It's cost me 5 victory points down the drain. One of the core, hard-working units of the Necrons is gone. Next stage is the blasters. Right, so the size of my Necron Warrior squad, it's a guaranteed 24 shots against them. This could be a highly effective strike here from these Scourges. And there'll be a couple of carbine shots as well afterwards. So 3s. It looks excellent. It's an excellent roll. 3s to wound. A bit of AP -1 going on with these as well. It's an anti-hordes unit, this one.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, there's a swathe of 1s and 2s, but still, it's about 10 have come through. It's 10 precisely. You've got carbine shots, be 3 shots for those. I'll roll up my saves. So 5s are good. Yeah, so I'm going to lose 7. So there's a chunk of them removed.
How many shots is with the carbine?
3 with the carbine, yeah. Okay. And the wound comes through. Normal save of 4+, which we block. Okay, 7 casualties taken. So 7 casualties removed. I'll try and resurrect it. I'm trying to keep the number as high as possible. Just look away, Tom. 6 out of 7 get back up. Okay, so reanimation protocols, crazy result there, keeping the Necrons in good shape for that Necron warrior squad.
I should have found them back, shouldn't I?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, Doomstalker, this is the Ravager. 3s for hits. 3s for wounds. 1 comes through.
I'll reroll it.
Come on, reroll.
2 come through.
2 come through. Yeah, that could bring us down if you roll well. We'll try and block here on 4+. We'll go for Patreons here. So we'll go for Maxfield Knuckles. Blocked, and then we'll go Paul Cook. This is Imperial players here. And blocked as well. That's the Invuln save there. So blocking that damage from coming through. That would have been 3 plus D3. Twice over. Going into the Immortals here, this is Disintegrator Cannon. 3 out of 3 hits from the Raider. And they've all wounded. Yeah, I think we're toughness 5 with these now.
So it may not have wounded.
I'll roll up 2 saves for the wounds that definitely came through.
Strength 5.
So one's fouled. I fouled those 2, so I will take 2 casualties. Like so. No, we'll keep that on where he is. I'll take those 2. And then I'll roll for reanimation in 5s. Double 6. They come back. So you get games like that where the reanimations are strong, and it just helps the Necrons out to keep those models coming back. So firepower, anyone else? There's a few pistols and grenades to be thrown as well from some of these characters. So you've got in close combat here 1, 2, 3. No, he's a rifle. 2 witches with pistols.
Okay, just normal pistols.
Yeah, splinter pistols here. Force to wound.
Are they 3
poisoned. Yeah.
Nothing.
And then you got a blast pistol to try and finish off one of these Scorpack destroyers. Needing 3. And needing 3. Goes straight through the armor. Goodbye. So that's one of those gone.
Triple 5.
Yeah, dare I say it? Oh, it can't keep happening. Okay, so he's gone. Scorpack destroyed, gone. Yes. The Venom across there. Going after the bikers. 6 shots.
Almost.
3 more.
2 hits.
3 strained for poison tongue.
1.
4+ save. Passed on a 6. Okay, that's the Martin Vagabond squad there, one of the Phoenix Lords. Devin's up here, chasing flyers with Temem Ra, and the Cowboy's down here. Quite safe, we reckon, at the moment. The Chris Comiskey Cowboy. So the other 2... Longbow's there.
And
Michael Fryer
is
the succubus. Right, Tom's checking charges. We'll go on to the next... You're after the Cowboy.
I just I'm just thinking about it. Do I get any bonuses for charges? No.
Yeah.
On this turn,
Yeah. We'll check. We'll let Tom make decisions about charges. Who to go after here? The characters are lined up. There is a gap that has been created. They can swing to their left and plunge into the Scorpack destroyers, or they can try and go after that larger Necron warrior squad, or even stretch even further to try and get through to the Comiskey Cowboy, but it's some distance to go. But decisions to be made. We'll let Tom decide what he wants to do. I've got 1 CP left, so Overwatch is possible. Yeah, I'm not going to Overwatch. That's the Ravager. 4-inch charge. This might need a command reroll.
Is it from the
hull? Yeah. Command reroll. Oh, okay, 7. In he goes. So that'll block any. So he'll swing him in, and that will block.
And then I'll pile in a minute as well.
Yeah.
I do. It's just to.
Tom declared that first to stop me from. Yeah.
If I wipe these, then they block the characters from all of that if they're still alive. So you can pull them back, then they'll have to shoot through this to get to...
Right, so Tom's forming a physical wedge, a barrier coming through here, to then let his characters slaughter these, and to stop me from gunning them down. So he's trying to buy time for his characters as they begin the slaughtering process. All 3 characters working together. It's quite fitting for this grand final. The succubus the Archon and Drazar, Master of Blades.
Archon. In
11. I would say
could have gone all the way over there.
he could have gone after the cowboy. Couldn't have gone after the cowboy with him, but he can go pretty much wherever he wants. But obviously, he's going to try and shield behind the Ravager here, like so.
Drazar.
Yes, just about.
Yes,
Just about rolled a 3. So in he goes, and then the succubus. She wants to as well. They all 3 are gone in, so happy enough. So what we've got going on here is you've got Drazar who can fight twice. You've got the Archon who can fight twice. He's actually damaged 3 against infantry as well with the Jin with the Jin blade. And then you've got the succubus who's going to pop mortal wounds potentially all over the place as well.
And then the Archon will make you fight last as well.
Yes, the Scorpack Destroyer's in a heap of trouble. Okay, just zooming in so you can see what's going on. So you've got Scorpack Destroyers here. They've been set upon by the 3 Drukhari characters, the Archon, succubus, and then Drazar, Master of Blades. They were locked down there in close combat with the remaining models there from the 2 infantry squads, the Witches, and the Carbolite Warriors. And you've seen the Wedge, this floating barge, pushing through here, trying to divide the Necrons to cut through them and to slice through their lines to keep the Necron Warriors back, whilst those characters begin the slaughter across there. Necron characters watching the whole epic spectacle unfold. It's very thematic what's taking place here, and very very fluffy for the Drukhari, sort of divide and conquer against their foe.
Very fluffy for the Necrons, just not dying.
Not dying yet. We'll try and continue that trend here. So, decisions. I could go for... I've got 1 CP left. I could try and put Whirling Onslaught just to create some kind of chance for those Scorpack Destroyers to survive, to try and bank on some damage coming through from each character, then trying to resurrect models back up. It's a stretch, but it tactically may well be worth trying to keep those alive. So there's that decision to make. Tom's got to decide. There's no danger of interrupt plays. He's going to get to fight first of all these characters as well. So, yeah. But we'll go... Anyway, regardless, Tom's going to do the attacks here with the vehicle.
Just three rabbit attacks on Ravager, 2.
It's going to be 2 wounds.
2 wounds, yeah, -1.
4 ups, which we foul both. So we will take from the back here. And we'll try and reanimate them, which we don't. 2 models slain. Vehicle did well. Yeah, so we've got here with the succubus, base of 6 attacks. She's on the charge, so for a combat truck she gets an extra attack, so 7 attacks. She's running Cult of the Red Grief. She's taking the Bloodglaive Relic, which is straight damage 3, AP -3 and +2 strength. 6s, then she's taking the Warlord trait called Precision Blows. 6s to hit is mortal wounds equivalent to the damage of the weapon, which will be 3 mortal wounds.
6 6s then, and it's game over.
That'll be the end of the Scorpack Destroyers. So, how many 6s can Tom roll on 7 dice? I just sort of...
2.
Yeah, well, that's a good start.
So, 2 dead already.
So those 6s to mortal wound, the attack sequence ends. So far, 6 mortal wounds have come through. 5s to wound, it would have been 4s, but Whirling Onslaught has been played. So 5 pluses are good. And there's 2 more 6s that have come through. Those are AP -3. So I'm going to try and roll 6s to save. I need help. Chris Heim, need a 6 from Patronic Dice. Almost. And then we've got Nicholas Lucas, Imperial Player. Yeah, no sympathy there from him. Okay, so that's going to be...
The more die, the better for you, really. Because you get to roll more dice to get them back.
True.
That's 4 dead.
Yeah, so that's 4 slain. If I play it a bit funny, we could go 1. We'll just try and disappear away from Drazar. 2, 3, 4. Removed. And then we'll go to resurrect here on 12 dice. So she may have, in her haste, have killed too efficiently here. Oh, come on. No, none. No reanimations taking place. 1 Scorpack Destroyer left. So we've escaped Drazar, but the job's been done. Tom's virtually wiped out the squad. Going in with the Jin Blade now on the Archon. He's...
Got 6s to wound though.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to check that one.
Yeah, because his strength is not good.
Yeah, we'll check here what he's equipped with, but yeah, that Whirling Onslaught could be the saving grace here for this lone Scorpack Destroyer. Okay, so you're going to use the Jin Blade here. So looking for, you get an extra 2 attacks, so 7 attacks in 2s. This is all hit here, this is for the Archon. It's like they're competing with each other. 6s to wound though, because of Whirling Onslaught. No, it doesn't go through. Because of Whirling Onslaught, we're doing 5s, because Strength 4, Toughness 5, with then -1 to the wound roll.
I'll have to activate him again.
Okay, bit of explaining to do here. A fascinating and unique situation has arisen. So you've seen Drukhari, he's made a 6-inch move. So, and correct us, by all means correct us, if I'm happy enough with what we've resolved across here, but this is an interesting way the rules have worked out. Multiple characters that can fight twice. So what Tom's done, he's done his attacks across here and failed. It says for Master Archon, Tom can elect to fight with him again at the end of the fight phase. He doesn't have to fight again straight away. He's going to watch to see what Drukhari can do. Drukhari was back here. Tom activated him as an eligible unit because he declared a charge. So he made a piling move, which he was fine to head off in this direction. Obviously no attacks to make, so then made a 3-inch consolidation move. Has ended up within range of Ramses, which you reckon is okay, that's fine.
I just can't attack him.
You can't attack him because he didn't declare Ramses as a charge. It does concede that Ramses will be able to turn and then fight Drukhari, so I'm going to rotate him around. There's a real character bash taking place here as both sides wrestle in this in this grand final. Then Drukhari has the ability to... This model can be selected to fight one additional time in each fight phase. Tom's going to select to fight with him again now. So he now finds himself within engagement range of the Scorpec Destroyer. So some stretch for Drukhari.
Go for single blades.
Single blade at damage 3, 5 attacks, needing 2s.
Does he reroll?
He does for his Warlord trait, reroll hits and wounds. So they're all hits. And you can reroll your wounds.
What am I wounded on? Strength.
Strength 4 plus 2, so strength 6, 3s, 4s. Yeah, so 2 make it through. All of them make it through. He's dead. Surely he's going to go. I'll have to roll
5 6s.
5 6s.
What?
What on earth? Come on, reroll. No, I've run out. I've run out of tires.
Just see what happens.
Tom, it's all right. I've run out of CP. Run out.
I know, but look.
Crazy.
Guys, this is what I have to put up with. Come on.
Oh dear.
That is phenomenal. That is...
I'm Olympic dice roller. Could make it a sport.
Oh,
dear me. Oh dear. Right.
Man do against such reckless hate.
Okay. Right. So. Yes. So we.
I can't go over that.
I don't know. Next season we could switch to. I'm only allowed to roll d5s. Okay, right. So he's dead, Tom. He's gone. Don't worry, he's gone. He's away. So Drukhari can make a consolidation, but he doesn't. He's there anyway against Ramses. So that's it. Combat's resolved across there. Scorpec destroyers have been destroyed. They are gone. And then so too is that unit of Necron warriors. So Tom has cut through half of this chunk and he's deleted it. So well done. As these squads across here can activate if they wish. No, well there's nothing to activate against. No, they're out of it. Okay, so we'll go to Ramses here. We'll use the glaive against Drukhari, Master of Blades. Okay, Whirling Onslaught can go. So we're going to try and hit on 3s. Or hit on 2s. Okay, so 2 6s of 4 and a 1. We'll try and wound here. And 2 go through. Invulnerable save. No.
I don't think I've used a reroll for this. I used a reroll for the charge.
Charge phase, yeah. Come on, reroll.
Nope.
No. 2d3 damage.
2d3.
Yeah.
For 1 going through. Tell me it's 4. Yeah, 4 invulnerable save.
Okay, I thought it was 5 plus. Okay. 1d3 damage going through then. We'll go for... there's a Chaos player here. We'll go for the artist formerly known as Vij, Thousand Suns player. Just the 1 wound. Drukhari takes a wound. It's been marked here by Ramses. Clash of the characters in this game. Wow. Okay, fascinating stuff for sure. But Tom's happy enough. He's chopped out a swathe of Necrons here. So who's that? That's Longbow BB, isn't it?
Yeah, Longbow.
Okay, so one of the Phoenix Lords there, in charge of Drukhari, Master of Blades. Combat's resolved across the board. No, Necron warriors to fight against the side of that vehicle. So 11 attacks for the Necron warriors. Need 2s because they were blessed. And 5s. 4 make it through. No minuses. 4 pluses. Yeesh. 4 wounds taken. Okay, there's a sacrifice involved here with the vehicle. Damage taken. All right, so that's it. I think we're resolved across the board at this stage. So that's why the Necrons had to go aggressive and chop out and chop down, cut down the Drukhari as quickly and as efficiently as possible, because that's the kind of damage just a handful of elite characters can do from that codex. We'll finish the turn at this stage. I think Necrons still have the upper hand at this point. As we switch over to their turn, it may be a case they're able to hose down this Drukhari resistance and finish off the glass hammer blow against them. But we'll see. We'll calculate points. Drukhari do have points flowing in at this stage. Yeah, 16 points to Tom in total now, 8 points for primaries. Herd the Prey was a success across the 2 quarters over there, so 4 points picked up for that. And then there's 2 further points came in for continuing to hold that no man's land objective across there. Okay, interesting. Tom's kicked me off this primary over here as well. Necrons will hold 3 though. No, hold 2. Okay, so it has cut us down for points coming in for that as well. We'll press on to turn 3 for the Necrons. A good turn from them should keep them ahead and comfortable enough in this game. But there's been a scare here on this right-hand flank, or half of our flank's been hacked down by the Drukhari elite characters. All right, so turn 3 for the Necrons, middle stage of the game. So protocol, first of all, quite an important one coming up. So what we've gone for here is eligible to shoot in a turn in which it fell back. So that's a number of units here. The Comiskey Cowboy was actually contacted in close combat, resolved his attacks, didn't cause any extra wounds there against the Ravager, and since pulled him back from close combat, we will get to shoot though. Then pulled Ramses back from close combat, he'll get to shoot. He's got a Tachyon arrow that hasn't been used yet, and the Warden used his ability on the Necron Warriors. They've pulled back and were able to shoot without any minus to the hit rolls. Tamra then blessed the Necron Warriors, so +1 to the hit rolls for them, and then Temen then blessed the Tomb Blades for their firepower, so +1 to the hit rolls for them. We have been busy augmenting each turn, so it's the Immortals were blessed this turn. They've been given +1 toughness, down toughness 6, and previously it was the Tomb Blades. They've gone up to toughness 6 as well. So backing off with Illuminor Xerus and a wound restored on him, the Wardens pull back as well. Necron Warriors have maintained coherency and backed off away from the transport, away from the Ravager, and are spread out across here. Restored 2 models to play as well, with rights of reanimation here from Illuminor Xerus. The 10 Immortals just pushing forwards, going to continue to lay down a volley in that direction. Tomb Blades have moved in to let loose of their firepower. Ramses has pulled back and remaining on the home objective of these 2, and then restoring a wound on Tamra, and then shifted across in this direction to go after that objective across there. I reckon firepower here for the Necrons will be key in this turn. We'll go on to the shooting phase next. So we're going to fire the Comiskey Cowboy. Amongst all this commotion taking place, a slaughter taking place, the Cowboy is going to put his shots in across here against the Witches and also the lone Carbolite Warrior. So 2 shots against the Carbolite Warrior in 2s.
So does he ignore the modifier of fall back and shoot at -1?
Ah, that's interesting.
It does say that he ignores all modifiers, does it not?
No, I've got a feeling that's a miss. We'll check the wording of this one. He ignores... Well, we'll find out. It's an interesting one, the Hexmark Destroyer. So each time model makes a range attack, can ignore any or all hit, roll, and ballistic skill modifiers.
Yeah, so he's still hitting on 2s.
And ignore cover.
Yeah.
And Overwatch and 2+,
yep.
And a reroll ones.
Yep.
He's the all singing, all dancing cowboy here. 2s to wound. We don't reroll wounds, so 1 save here, ignoring cover, and it's saved, I believe. Carbolite Warriors, check what is basic save. I think they changed it in the Codex from 5+ to a 4+ for Carbolite Warriors. Yeah,
yep.
He lives. Because of the Codex creep. Kept him alive. 4 shots then against the Witches. Rerolling 1s. Wounding on 2s. Okay, 2 wounds come through. 6 ups. Nope. 2 slain, so we get 2 more bonus shots, which both hit. And it's 2 6s. Okay, he's good at picking off Witches here, so those are gone. That's that squad wiped out. So I'm going to go after the Ravager. We're going to play Talent for Annihilation. Going to put it on these.
What I should have done, people at home, is when you first use Talent for Annihilation, I should have vected it.
Oh,
But
yes.
as I'm not a Drukhari player, I've only just seen that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, first time you use it, I should have done that, because I know that you love this strat. So it would have made it one extra, so that you couldn't have used it now.
It's not many I know of that play Mephrit Dynasty, but I think it's potent enough for the abilities you can get. This is half of the shots here. So we're looking at, they've been blessed, so we're looking for 2s. Yeah, no, it's 3s. Tom's played the -1 to hit rolls ability, so that's the hits that have come through. So 6 immortal wounds are useful enough, and there's 2 at least. It's 5 to wound. It says 5 saves to make as well. Block 1, it's another 4 wounds. And it's going to go. Looking for 3s. Just clear the transport out of the way to get through to the characters behind us, the plan. 5 to wound. There's the mortal wound. So vehicle destroyed. And does it explode? It does not. Okay, but Ravage is gone. See, with Talent for Annihilation, you can use a unit like that for vehicle clearance and, harder targets. So they've managed to clear that vehicle out of the way. So that opens a path for the Necron warriors to fire through here. So I'm going to put a Tachyon arrow into Drukhari.
The Tachyon Sparrow.
Yeah, and we'll call upon Frank Shepherd. He's a Tau player, looking for 2s. Okay, looking for 2s. Right, it's down to you, Tom. 50-50. Patreon. This is it's going to be
Drukhari.
Into Drukhari. D6 mortal wounds -1 though because of his ability. We've got 4 Patreons left. Samuel Penonary for a 50-50. Blocked. Okay, so fails a 1-use only weapon, but that's gone. Okay, so Immortals next to their firepower. 2 of them in rapid fire range of this Carbolight War. I'm going to get rid of him, and the rest are going to rapid fire into the Scourges. So looking for 3s. And then looking for 3s. 2 go through. These will be at AP -3, so 6+ invulnerable save. No, all 5s for the terrain, but he's gone. And then we're going to go against the Scourges next. Need 3s. And then 3s again. So 6. Ghost Plate Armour, 5+ invulnerable save.
What?
No, so they're gone. Squad destroyed. Immortals have gunned them down. Okay, what we're going to do is fire him. The small arms firepower is going to go into the Archon, and then we're going to fire the main gun into the succubus. So, number of shots here. We'll go for Luke Zwengel. It's a 1. It's Imperial player, just the 1 shot. Going to need a 4. And we've missed, and then we're going to go 2 shots into the Archon, and missed. Okay, difficult for picking on characters. We'll go with the second one. It's again range 27, so we'll put 2 shots into him, and we'll fire at the succubus. Another D6. We'll go for Xenos dice here. D6 shots. 2. Needing 4s. 1 hit comes through. 2s to wound. Yeah, got to dodge this one. 4+ invulnerable save. Blocked. Oh. And then 2 shots into the Archon. Missed. They are the hit and miss kings here for 40k. So both of those Doomstalkers have failed to do any kind of damage at all. So we'll fire Illuminor Xerus into her. D3 shots. Just the 1. Needing a 3. Needing a 2. Another invulnerable save required. Blocked on a 6. She's not dying. As I will then fire rapid fire shots with the Warden. Same target. 3 hits make it through. 2s to wound. 2 wounds make it through. Further invulnerable saves required. Failed both of those. That's going to be 4 damage. This is Michael Fry, Phoenix Lord in charge of the succubus. She's unnamed even at this stage of the conclusion of season 9. She's more than 4 wounds. Tom's just checking.
We should call her Michelle Fryer.
Michelle Fry, yeah. Okay. I think she's a 5-wound model.
Yeah.
She has 1 wound left. She's still alive. So I'm going to pick on Drukhari here. It's going to be fire from Temen Ra as he drives off in a different direction, but the Gauls cannon will fire. 2 hits. And a wound comes through. 4+ invulnerable save. No. D3. Oh, come on, reroll.
Yeah.
Blocked. So, okay, so CP used up. Tom has 5 left. Necrons have none. Everything's fine now apart from the Necron Warriors, so allocate their firepower next. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to split the firepower. We're going to put the Reapers into Drazar for the Strength 5, and then we'll go for the Gauls Flayers, all rapid firing into the Succubus. Bring those 2 characters down, that should be enough hits. So, Flayers first of all. So we're looking for 2s because that unit's been blessed. Then we're looking for 3s. Okay, so loaded. Dodge this is the cry from the Necron Warriors. So 13, that was a wound. So 13 saves to make here with her dodge.
What's her save? The dodge? I've got 1 wound left. So here we go.
1 at a time. Blocked 1 for honour. Oh, dead. She's gone. Phoenix Lord Michael Fry removed from play. Michelle Fry for today. Okay, so gone. And then we'll go. Michelle Fryfer. I got it. Yes. Okay, got it, Tom. Good one. Michelle Fryfer. Okay. So we'll go for Reapers into Drazar, Master of Blades. So look again, we're looking for 2s. 3s, because we're Strength 5. It's too much. It's too much to deal with.
Is it though?
11
Is
saves.
it too much?
So he's taken so far. He's taken 2, right?
Yeah, so he's got 12 wounds left.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got 4 wounds left. And these are AP minus...
Minus 2.
Minus 2, so 4 ups.
Block 1. Taking a wound. Blocked another. He's blocking them. He's doing it. Oh, he's taken 2. He's almost gone. He's dead. He's gone. Oh, and another one. And some more.
Look at all of those fails.
Drazar's gone down. You imagine it just, like a bullets just flying in and he finally drops to the ground.
Backwards and hitting bullets away with his swords.
It's very,
didn't work.
very, it's like a spaghetti western type thing here. Being riddled with bullets and being gunned down mercilessly here by the Necron posse. Okay, so 1 Archon remains here, standing on the objective, and I actually think there's no more firepower left.
So the good news is I hold the objective.
You do,
and I stop you from getting purged of vermin.
Right, okay. So it's defiance in the face of death here. It's very fitting as we draw this season to a close. Let's hope, yeah. Okay, so end of turn here. Necrons keeping the points flowing in. 36 points picked up. So the 8 for primaries. We continue to hold one of the No Man's Land objectives. Another 2 points picked up for that. Another 2 points for destroying a vehicle, as well for the Necrons. We reckon this game is over here. The Necrons really, if you look at the dead pile, have lost warriors.
You've lost 2 units, yeah.
And it's 2 units. The Necrons have too much stuff here. There is no hope here for the Drukhari at this stage. We're ahead on points, miles ahead on damage at this stage, and there's just too much for what remains of this Drukhari force to deal with. The glass hammer has shattered on the chrome barrier of the Necrons in this game. Necrons got their first turn, went for the early strike here to disrupt the Drukhari, which worked to a degree. It disrupted the smooth assault that Tom would have preferred. Then both sides got sucked into an intense fight for this objective. Drukhari did damage. They cut sections out of this Necron force, but the Necron reinforcements pushing through, combined with reanimation protocols and so on, just proved too much. And the Drukhari just down to 1 man left. We'll let 1 action be performed here at the end of this battle. So send him in. We'll let these 2 go toe to toe. You can imagine these 2 characters. I
want to try and kill him first as well.
Kill who?
Just with some shots. Just from my.
Tom. Okay, Tom wants to fire the flyer. Here we go. So he's going to shoot. 1 hit comes through.
Reroll.
Come on, reroll.
Oh,
missed.
Okay, yeah.
So I think Tamara's going to survive a wound. We'll go for an invulnerable save. Scott Costello to give us a 4+. No, I can't. Come on, reroll it. Damage of 2. So he'll escape.
D3 plus.
Oh, D3 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So drop down to 4. That would have been dangerous enough if those hits and wounds had come through.
I could start shooting these guys over here, but realistically, I don't think it changes.
It's just going to absorb stuff across it. Yeah. Okay.
So we'll just go with him into there. Yeah, heave means business.
You can fire your pistol first.
No, I'll just take them on in
Combat. So you can imagine the Archon here is blaming all of this on Ramses, which is correct because it's Ramses that's in command, and these two are about to go toe-to-toe in close combat as a fitting end to the grand finale here. He gets 7 attacks. He's got Gin Blade. Another 2.
That's lucky.
Missed with 2 twos. Okay.
What a
how many?
fitting end!
Look at
What a
this.
fitting end to this game. What a fitting end.
Yep.
Um,
He's dropped his Gin Blade, Tom. He's got just the 2 bonus hits have come through. He's still got his fight twice ability. At the end of the fight phase, you preserved it. You didn't use it.
Longbow, I'm so sorry that I didn't use your dice, because this is obviously what happens.
Yeah, Tom was sent dice in the post. He hasn't used them.
I haven't used them.
So we're looking to wound with the Gin Blade on 5s. There it comes through.
Do you know, it's not one mortal wound for every one I roll, is it?
No.
It's just one.
So you need to roll a dice and don't get a 1.
Okay.
6, you get a 6 for that one. Okay, so you're okay. So no self-inflicted wound. I need to take a 4+ invulnerable save, for which I will turn to Martin, the last Patreon here, who I believe is a Necrons player. Yes, he is. One of the Phoenix Lords as well. Blocked.
Thanks.
So end of the fight phase. So I'm gonna swing back here. Tom, you'll be fine because you've got a 2+ invulnerable save.
Did you see the ones?
Yeah. So we'll go for 2s. Then we'll go for, I think it's 2s to win, strength 7. Okay, so 1 at a time. Careful. Blocked. Blocked and blocked. Well done. So Tom will now elect to fight again. So 7 dice needing 2s.
Thank you.
Okay, this is better. Then it's going to be 5s to wound. I think it's going to be a standoff here and the game's going to end, but we'll see what Tom rolls up.
5 to 1.
Yeah, strength 3, toughness 5. And then I'll go 4+ invulnerable save on the dice, and it's a 6.
Well, that was a massive anticlimax.
Those two will just have to continue to fight out. We'll leave it to your imagination what would happen. So they'll stop and they'll say, look, the battle is over.
Let's have
Friends.
an aluminium flavoured picnic.
And the ironic thing is, when I started collecting Drukhari, they were called the Necron Hunters. And now
they've been hunted.
They have been. So it swung right round. That was the original intention. The colour scheme that went for the Drukhari and the whole flavour of them. They were designed to use nanotechnology as a poison to take on the Necrons. That was the idea with those.
Well, it did work though.
So, but it didn't work. All right, we'll give you a final score. We'll project what we think would have happened in turns 4 and 5. Necrons have victory. We'll give you an idea of the margin of that victory. Victory also means they are crowned channel champions here. So Ramses leading his legion to the ultimate glory here on the channel. They are crowned champions for our season 9 battle reports. We've got a late result here. This should have been resolved at the end of the year. A number of disruptions taking place has moved that on to this stage. But finally, we have a result. Necrons are channel champions for 2021 season 9. Okay, so points coming in here. So Necrons, we reckon they just max out 45 points for primaries there for the following turns. Purge the Vermin, anticipating turns with more table quarters being cleared, so 12 points picked up for that. We kept the 2 units alive there, so we get Tamrad comfortably alive with the Necron Warriors, so 10 points picked up for that. And then bring it down, destroying the vast majority of the vehicles, so 11 points picked up for that. 78 points, decent enough score for the Necrons. Then for Drukhari, some points come in for primaries. Their Assassinate, no, we blocked characters being destroyed. One was brought down but resurrected. Heard the Prey was decent enough, 8 points picked up for that. And then with the disruption that took place, Retrieve Nakmund data was disrupted, no points been picked up for that. So 34 points to the Drukhari and 78 points to the Necrons. So it is a clear victory for them. They have achieved channel champion status now with the Necrons. Good game, strange one in a way. It's not a straightforward clash. There was a lopsided kind of game on this side. Necrons going on the aggressive, disrupting the Drukhari immediately in this fight. We wonder what would have happened if the Drukhari had gone first. Tom's saying much of the same. The Flyers would have made the same kind of attack.
If the dice were the same, it would have been exactly the same.
Dice factored in as well. And then...
The only good thing if I went first would have been I would have stayed back for the first turn. I would have sustained less firepower from you in the first turn. And then I could have
organised
and charged and hit into you first. You obviously still would have done possibly done that strike there. Or no, the bikes wouldn't have even been there. They would have probably already been charging.
So it may have given the Drukhari the edge.
Well, I don't. It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Necrons resilient, aren't they? They're tough enough to deal with. So it's interesting that the oldest codex here, but there is still worth to it. They have a style of play, and they do cause trouble for a number of factions. And funnily enough, some of the newer codexes coming out, Necrons is one of the armies that's able to stand up to some of the newer codexes well enough. But that's the battle. We'll talk about units of the game next to both sides. I'll also call out silver level Patreon supporters. So that's Anonymous, Darren Gardner, Denny Wright, Peter Goodall, William Schwarz and William. Thanks to them for their support at silver level. Units of the game next to both sides. Okay, tough choices for the Drukhari. Tom's going to give it to the Succubus. Her charge was effective. The mortal wounds brought down 2 Scorpic Destroyers, and the damage from her glaive brought down 2 more. So a heavy blow dished out against them from her. For the Necrons, I've done it in a few games. I'm going to give it to Necron Warriors. Hard work from them. They were made more efficient with Mefrit Dynasty, so the extra AP -1 for half-range firepower. The Warden, exceptionally useful for them as well. And also the blessings they can receive from Overlords, giving them +1 to the hit rolls. So Necron Warriors, hard-working squads, dishing out damage, absorbing damage coming through as well. A good tactical asset to have on the board, and especially useful for the middle of the board type games where they're large in number and also objective secured troops choices as well. That's units of the game for both sides. So that's season 9 concluded. There is the playoff to do for 3rd and 4th place. That is Death Guard Chaos Space Marines, Aaron Allen's force, then Tom's Sisters of Battle. A little bit tricky to organise that one, getting the 2 players available at the same time to play. We do hope to play it, so you can keep a lookout for that. That battle, if and when it does occur, will be on YouTube channel membership. So if you want to see that game coming in the future, all being well, then that'll be on the membership page for the channel here. So that's season 9 virtually concluded. We're on to season 10. Number of friendly games played already, so you can keep a lookout for that. We do plan to continue the league, perhaps a format change. We've got some ideas of how to change things around, just to keep the game hobby, keep it fun, is the plan, and to see a variety of armies clash on the channel. So the question is now, how long will the Necrons cling on to the crown? Who will be the army to snatch it from them? We shall have to see. That'll be decided in our season 10 batch reports for 2022. But for season 9, we have a champion. It is the Necrons, led by Ramses, the pupil of Temen Ra. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time.